And we're live. Kyle, have you considered the new Toyota Supra for your next car? Faster than a Camaro, similar price range, only comes in auto, can't go wrong with Toyota.
It's way too small and it's underpowered and
he doesn't want
it's
to
overpriced.
It says faster than a Camaro and same price range. Are you sure? I'm not sure. I just going by the...
I'm not sure either, but that's maybe there's like a newer model of it. I remember like the initial showing of it. That was my take from it. That it wasn't all that fast. It was overpriced and it was too small. And I'm wondering which Camaro, like the SS, like the V8 or the V6 or...
Yeah, right. Is he comparing the two top ends or...
Because I'm guessing the Supra's a 4-cylinder. I'm guessing.
I mean, if I'm going for a sporty car and it's the same, let's just assume same price, same specs and everything. Like I would absolutely take the Camaro. Like I don't know what a Toyota Supra looks like. But
Looks pretty nice.
Looks as cool as a...
It looks pretty nice. It's just too small though.
So I've got some stats. 382 horsepower, 3-liter 6-cylinder on the Supra.
Okay.
That looks kind of cool, but it is a teeny tiny little car.
I saw a Jaguar F-Type in person 2 days ago, maybe 3, and that was pretty sick. It sounds real nice. Had a lot of crackle and pop to the exhaust. It sounded real nice. Looked real nice. His was red, which I didn't care for. I would want black. But no, car's going to be a Corvette or a Jag, almost certainly. It's going to be one of those.
Or a
probably.
Jag. Huh.
Yeah, the Jaguar F-Type.
Trained for a bit, and now you're back on?
I've gone back and forth. It really depends on a few things. But for that price range, 40 to 50,000, I think the two best cars, most bang for my buck, are the F-Type. They make a V8 F-Type, which is still within that price range, depending on the mileage. And the Corvette, like a 2017 to a 2018 Corvette or F-Type is kind of what I'm considering.
Is an F-Type a coupe or a sedan?
It's coupe, 2-door. Yeah.
Coupe. And am I crazy? Is it all-wheel drive? I want to say that was one.
There is an all-wheel drive version, which is kind of why I was considering it the most. I was looking at all-wheel drive cars for Denver or for Colorado in general because of the snow. Yeah. I was like, man, I don't know. I don't want a 2-wheel drive car. You know, if there's snow, I can't go out. And I was looking at all of the all-wheel drive sports cars. I don't want a fucking Subaru before anybody says it. And so like the Jag F-Type was the thing that combined all-wheel drive with styling, with performance, and was in that relative price range and wasn't like something shitty. Like the Dodge.
Comfortable on the inside. Probably the Jag, right?
I would imagine the Jag. It looks much fancier. It looks much like the materials are look better. You know, like higher quality materials.
It's still fast as shit, right? Like
it's pretty fast. There's like 3 different versions. There's anywhere from, off the top of my head, like it's like 3 to 450 horsepower or something like that, depending on which one you get. Roughly, I'm probably off a little bit. But then the Corvette is just a fucking rocket ship on rails for like the same price. Like Corvettes are ridiculously underpriced for what they are.
F-Type seems fast to me. Kyle's point of reference is a Camaro, so it's a little different than us, Taylor.
It's fast. I mean, it's probably faster than my Camaro. My Camaro is like 425 horsepower. Like it goes as fast as I want to go. I'm not looking to go fast. Like that's the thing. Like
the answer's there for you. Then you're not looking to go fast. Take the one that's probably just as fast as what you have now. And I imagine the interior of the Jag is going to be a lot more posh, a lot fancier, probably.
It looked a little small, and it doesn't look as nice as a Corvette to me. I'm probably still leaning toward the Corvette if I'm not as worried about the all-wheel drive thing. Like I could get the Corvette and then get like a Toyota Tacoma 4x4 for like $8,000 or something like that. And like if I need to go out in the snow to get groceries or like just run to the store, like hop in the Tacoma. You know, something like that you buy one with 140,000 miles and you're like, yeah, and it'll go another 95,000 miles if I need it to, with like an alternator and a water pump or something.
If you're a homeowner, it's nice to have a pickup truck. It just seems like every so often there's something of size that you need to carry home from Home Depot or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
And I still have my Silverado, but I am so tired of putting transmissions in it that like I hope it just explodes. I've put like I don't know how many 3, I think. Like it's just it's a lemon. I'm hands off. I'm hands off that car. I'm not gonna fuck with it anymore. I'm tired of putting new transmissions in it and hiring mechanics to work on it. I don't know what to do with it. If I were still blowing shit up, it'd be on the chopping block.
Can you donate it to that like Cars for Kids program? Write it off your taxes.
That's not a bad idea. Something needs to be
Cars
done
for
with it.
Kids is a thing?
1877 Cars for Kids.
Yeah.
Donate your car today.
Yeah,
I never see commercials, but that just sounds ridiculous. It's like cigarettes for kids or alcohol for kids or other things kids
You don't
use.
give the kids a car. You donate the car, and the proceeds go to the kids.
That makes there's a step in the middle there. They leave out on Cars for Kids. They make it sound like they're going to put children behind the wheel. This is a charity in which 7-year-olds fulfill their fantasy of learning to drive pickup trucks. It's a mistake. I'm not
Yeah, that would be a wildly unsuccessful charity.
1877
Joey's
for
last
kids.
wish was to drive a Toyota Tacoma off a bridge accidentally.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
you're right. They're the
no.
Cars for Kids
Every time
commercial.
somebody has a suggestion for a car, it's like no. Like first of all, like I'm aware of all the cars. Okay, this is
Of
you
all
don't
the
have secret
cars.
knowledge, people about. Oh, have you heard of the Ford Mustang? It's like yeah, I've considered it. I'm not interested. I don't.
Can I
like
ask
the
why you don't
styling.
like? So I like the Subarus. It's quite possible I'm a lesbian. I'm open to that idea. But when I see them, I just find them appealing. What do you think about the Subarus?
If I were living in a Mad Max world where I didn't want to like get some pussy occasionally, I might get a WRX STI, right? Badass car, handles incredibly well, all-wheel
There
drive.
must be some
fucking-
18-year-old who makes bad decisions who likes that car.
You could do fucking 70 miles per hour around a sharp corner in that car, and as long as you're harnessed in, the car's gonna do it. You just got to make sure you don't fall into the other seat. Like it'll do it. It's a great fucking car.
Get one of those
It's
then.
reliable. No, it's fucking ugly. I don't want that ugly piece of shit. It's ugly. I don't want it.
It's gonna hurt
Like-
your pussy game, you think?
I,
That Subaru WRX?
maybe I wouldn't get in it if I was a girl. I was like, you gotta, you fuck
You think,
is that?
you think the average woman walking up to your car has any idea or even looked at the logo?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Okay. You should stop picking up girls at that mechanic union.
I don't know. Like, look, it's not like I drive a Ferrari or anything, but it's not rare for me to be like at a drive-through or something like that. And they're like, oh, I like your car, and like that to be a conversation starter. I'd like a nice car that I think that girls would like.
Dude, automated.
That's not my only concern. I have like 8 concerns when it comes to a car, but that is on the list. And I personally think the Subaru is an ugly car. If I were just getting something for utilitarian purposes,
Yeah.
I'd be driving a $2,000 Honda Civic, right? Oh yeah, it gets 45 miles per gallon and it gets me back and forth. It's not what we're doing here. I want performance, I want comfortability, I want reliability, I want desirability. There's a whole bunch of things that go along with this purchase. And for those reasons, it's Corvette or Jaguar. And the Jaguar is second place right now. The Corvette is just sick.
Yeah.
There have been a number of times in my recent life where people are like, man, isn't this ugly? And I'm like, I think ugly might be my style, actually. I think it's cool. And here's another.
I think you asked when I like the Camaro, the Mustang. I don't hate it or anything. I just find the Camaro's styling to be superior. I just think it looks better. It's got a really nice interior, though. I think the interior of the Mustang might be better, but I like the exterior styling of the Camaro over the Mustang. And that's what, if you're comparing apples to apples, that is the comparison. It's Mustang to Camaro.
There was a period
and I guess
of time
Challenger.
where the Mustang hardly looked like a sports car to me. I
Yeah.
think they call it the bubble body. The Fox body was even worse. I don't know if everyone knows what that looks like. But I'm like, this I can't even tell this is a sports car. It looks like mom's car to me. This is supposed to compete with Camaros and Corvettes and shit. Like it's lame. But current Mustangs, I think are pretty cool looking.
I think they are too. I think they're one of the best looking cars on the road. I rented one a couple years ago, drove it from Albuquerque to Denver, and had a ball in it. I actually got the like the EcoBoost model. Like I rented it.
Is that the top
and
one?
No, it's like I don't know if it's the bottom one. I think it's the supercharged 4-cylinder, maybe. Like it's but it was surprisingly powerful for what it was. It had like 6 or 7 different drive modes, like drag race mode and quarter mile mode and fucking track. And I don't know, I went through all of those, and I remember like little things stick out to me in cars. Like the steering wheel was very squishy. It was it was leather, but it was like, oh yeah, I can feel some squish when I really grip the steering wheel, and I liked that because my steering wheel's hard.
My truck. I'm sorry to interrupt, but there are a lot of things about the F-150's interior that look okay, but if you touch it, it's like, oh, this is plastic that's supposed to be metal. This is plastic that's supposed to be leather. This is like, and it just, everything's, even though it's a high trim level, it's just not as high as you can dream up.
Yeah, I don't know Mercedes like models very well, but there's an AMG that's or something like that's like affordable, a couple years old. It was like also in that $40,000 to $50,000 price range. Maybe it was I'm gonna get it wrong, AMG 43 or something like that. It doesn't matter. Anyway, it's like a mid-sized sporty Mercedes, and it's like, oh my god, this blows all the other cars out of the water with like the materials and the comfort level. Like when you talked about something that is made to look aluminum, it's aluminum in the Mercedes. If something is, it's like, that's wood. That came out of a tree. It's like this is aluminum. This is like not just leather, but like really nice leather. Like the stitching, you're like, oh shit, did some old German lady fucking do that by hand? God damn, that looks good. Like everything in the Mercedes looked sick.
I can't tell you the details, but you just know it's expensive to maintain, though, right? Like somehow the oil's going to cost $420 to change or something like that. Like that's what happens. You get a Porsche
more expensive than domestic. Like I don't know that it'd be like. I'm sure the Jaguar is expensive as well. My only experience, I had an XJ12 when I was younger, and that's why I got rid of it. It was time to change the spark plugs, and it was like, oh yeah, well, first of all, there's 12 of them because you've got a 12-cylinder Jaguar, but also like everything else I'd ever worked on, it was like, yeah, pop the hood, yeah, see that's your spark plug, yeah, pop the wire off. All right, you got your wrench, yeah, all right, now take it out, now put your new one in. It was like, all right, jack the car up. You got it on the lift? Great. Now drop the transmission. You had to drop the transmission to change the spark plugs. And they were expensive. And there were 12 of them. And I remember being like, could we just change the ones that are bad? It's like, no. You change them all. You don't just change one spark plug. Like that's no, you change them all. Fuck. Can we just get rid of this thing? let's just find. I changed my mind.
Cars can be too hard to. I changed the timing belt with PKA Dan. You probably remember him.
Yeah.
And it was his wife's minivan. And I'm like, what? The motor's in here sideways? All right. So we're going to work on the timing belt by removing the passenger side tire?
What kind of van was it? Was it a Dodge?
I don't recall, actually. Yeah.
I've seen that before. Like I've blown up a minivan that had that and looked at it and be like, oh, that's fucking weird, huh? It's in there sideways. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. It was troublesome. And what was fun is Dan had gone through this phase where he was changing timing belts all the time. It was like if you told him you needed a timing belt fixed, he was all excited. It was like, fuck yeah, we're gonna like. I'm so glad you have a timing belt to fix. It's my new passion, changing timing belts. All right, cool. And he had these to get the main crank bolt. It's a big deal. Like he had a 6-foot breaker bar, and he's leaning on it 6 foot, and the car's tilting. I wasn't there for this one, but like the whole car's going, and they've got so much leverage, and there's like 2 grown, strongish men pushing on this thing, and the bar's going, and it's this like unmovable force versus this unstoppable object. I might have swapped those, and anyway, and you know, so it was this thing, and then we went to do it, and I brought my brand new impact wrench, right? And this is a pneumatic, like I bought it because it was good. I was working.
What is an impact wrench?
It's so it's air powered, and it looks like a drill sort of. And when it hits any trouble, it goes a it just sort of like bangs, and then sort of,
instead of continuous torque, it does this stop and load again kind of thing where it's like bang 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 bang, and it does it fast. So it'd be like brrr. It's all right. So you ever watch NASCAR or something like that when they do the pit changes and they're
oh, that's what those are.
That's an impact wrench, yeah.
And
that's just so you can do it really, really fast.
Mine is good.
That's why they use it.
Yeah.
But it's also great for what Woody's talking about, like breaking stubborn bolts.
Dude,
it's wonderful at that.
We're like, all right, we're gonna see what this wrench can do. We're gonna see like you know, it's gonna be a toughie. The wrench didn't even blink. It just goes zzz. It was like a NASCAR tire. And I was like, it almost took the fun out of it. Like it was I was overpowered.
My dad's got a badass electric one. It's like whenever one of those projects comes out, it's like, oh, hang on a sec. And like goes over to the case. And it's like snap.
It's like the soul at the beginning of Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. It's like, it's so fucking powerful. Like we've always had the pneumatic ones, but like I don't remember what got him into the electric one, but like someone says, oh, you want the electric one? That thing's just ridiculous, and you know you don't got to worry about air compressor. You can do it anywhere. And it's like, yeah, it turned out it was just ridiculous because that's a use case he has often, like breaking stubborn bolts off of various things. And it's outrageous. You can hurt your hand with those. Like they can.
Yeah.
I just hurt myself.
You hurt yourself. That's funny. I have a pretty good set of pneumatic tools.
So you go, whap!
You can hurt yourself. I know you've been struggling with your wrist. Poor Kyle was just getting healed.
Really sucks.